think they're ever gonna open that shit up? That fucking like empty lot with all that bullshit.
Oh, it's gonna be like a
casino. Did you get the run up?
A lot of wildlife on top of this fucking roof for some reason.
A lot of wildlife. We've been attacked by a bee. We've been intimidated by a hawk.
And we see a seagull
try to fade the hawk.
Fight the hawk.
And then he knew he was outclassed.
So anyway, episode 2 of the vlog.
Gonna be a good one, guys. We got a 1-2 game, house game, and it's with a lot of friends that we've played with.
We play with constantly.
Yeah.
At least 2 times a week sometime.
But it does not stop action. We are coming after each other's necks, and this game plays big.
It does. It's 1-2. Initial buy-in of 200, but it basically turns uncapped.
These guys are degenerates, man. So I love them, but they're degenerates and they know it. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a good session. Results at the end. Don't want to miss it. So yeah, this is an action-packed game, and after missing a few small pots and medium-sized pots, I have to add on for another 200. So we're into this game for $400. The first hand we pick up with an effective stack of about 320 is Ace-King offsuit. Limps to me, and I open in the cutoff to $10. And the button, small blind, big blind, and 1 limper call. 5 ways to a flop of 10-8-4 rainbow. Checks all the way around. Turns a 4. Limper leads out for $20. I call, just assuming both my overs are good here, and maybe even ace high is good here because the guy's taking a stab is pretty sporadic. Everyone else folds. River comes off a 3, and the limper leads out for a pretty big bet of 75. This guy in particular can be pretty splashy, and he's well capable of bluffing. So in this spot, I actually tank call with ace king, and we end up being right. So nice to take down the first big pot of the day. All right, after chipping up a little bit, we have about 600 in our stack, and the button opens to $12, small blind calls, and we 3-bet the big blind to $50. With king, queen of hearts here, I think 3-betting's pretty mandatory, especially when the button opens. He can be opening with a wide range of hands, especially with this game type. So our strong hands and medium hands, we're gonna have to balance a lot with our 3-bets this game. We just get the button to call, and we get a flop of ace jack 3, 2 hearts. So we flop the nut flush draw. I c-bet $55, and the button raises to 130. I don't think there's anything else to do here but make a call. We have the nut flush draw. We don't want to scare away any of his bluffs, and if he has an ace, he's probably not folding. So we just make the call. Turn is a jack of hearts, so easy money for us. We smashed the turn, and considering he's a bluffy player, I'm just going to check to him to induce some more betting since he showed so much aggression on the flop. I thought about leading out here, but I just feel like a check here is better given the player type. So unfortunately, he checks back, and the river comes off a 6. So at this point, I don't want this to check through. So I lead out for a pretty small sizing, just a value sizing of $150. And we thankfully get called by ace-10 offsuit. So we're going to take this one down.
So in my first hand of the vlog, I have king-jack offsuit in the big blind with a starting stack of around $400. The hijack opens to 15, the low jack calls, and the button. And with king-jack offsuit in the big blind, I think it's a mandatory squeeze spot in the big blind, considering all the dead monies out there. So I squeeze to 65, and the hijack rips it all in for 170. After some tanking, it's only 110 more, and the hijack who jams literally tells me it's a flip because he has a small pocket pair. So for 110 more, I was down to flip it, and we run it once, but do not improve. We actually flopped open-ended, but could not hit any outs, and pocket eights is going to scoop this one. All right, so in this hand, after losing that flip, we add on, and we have $425 with queen jack suited in the hijack, plus 2 opens to 8. I 3-bet to 20, and if I'm being completely honest, this was a misclick. Did not mean to basically mid-range him. I was getting the camera situated, and I was a little bit distracted, but as played, it's $20 and plus 2 calls. The flop comes queen 9-8 with 2 diamonds. It checks to me, and I bet 30. Sizing up a little bit with the flush draw out there, and he calls. To turns to 2, and after he checks, I'm going to check it back for some pot control since I don't have that good of a hand. And since he called the flop, he could have a straight or 2 pair or a better queen than I do. So I check it back and the river is 7 of diamonds, completing the first draw and some straight draws that might have continued on the flop. And +2 leads out for 125. Now when he bets 125 here, I'm thinking of all the hands he could be valuing, and we obviously lose to a lot of them because I think a weaker queen is just going to check to me and try to get to showdown. So when he bets here, I'm putting him on just a lot of value or a complete bluff here. And I think about it for a while and I ended up folding. And unfortunately, it gets shown later. It was a value / bluff hand. It was queen 10 offsuit, so he turns his top pair into a bluff. So we lose this one and on to the next one.
All right, so we're building a stack here, guys. We have about 900 effectively, and the game is not slowing down. So we're going to hope to book a good win here after all this run bad that we've had. I have queen jack offsuit on the button. We have a open from 12 from the low jack, cutoff calls, and we're going to 3-bet this one to $50 just because it's kind of marginal holding. Queen jack offsuit. If it was suited, I probably mix in some calls here, but offsuit broadways, I think they play better as a 3-bet, so we're going to 3-bet this one to 50, and we get the low jack to call. We get a board of 10, 9, 7, 2 hearts. Flop checks through. I don't see a point in betting this flop. Doesn't really hit our range too well. Hits his range just a tad better, so going to hope for a better turn. Turn is a 5, no heart, so we don't hold a heart here, and when he leads out for 75, I actually think about folding, but giving this player type, and I've played the last few hands were with him, and he's very bluffy, so I'm thinking here if I hit my open ender, queen or jack, I'm going to be good here and I'm going to win a big pot. So I actually do not fold and I make the call. It might be a bad call, but I honestly think just against this player type and how many outs I have a good chance to win a huge one here. So I tank call, and the river comes off a magical gin 8. So we river the nuts. Flush bricks out, and he just leads all into me. So we snap call, and we're going to take this one down. And he claimed he had top pair, but either way, it's good stuff for us. All right, so we're getting a ginormous stack now. We have $1,300 in this 1-2 game. So we were not lying to you guys. This game plays ridiculous, and these guys are not afraid to buy in for more money. We got one limp to us. We have pocket queens in the cutoff. We're going to open this to $15. Big blind calls, limper calls, and we get a nice looking flop of jack 9-5. Checks to me. I'm going to c-bet $25 here, and we only get the big blind to call. Turn is a 3. Checks to me again. I bet 60, sizing up a little bit more here to get called by a jack. He calls. River's a 9, and checks to me a third time. And I'm really just going to target a jack here. So I bet $100 and we get a tank call. So another nice pot being pushed our way.
So not running too well in the game so far. Just trying to battle back though. In this one, we have pocket 9s on the button. We open to 10 with the effective stack of $300. The small blind and big blind call. And the flop comes 7-8-3 rainbow. So here we flop an overpair. Pretty good board. I bet $25 and only the big blind calls. Turns a 3, and when the bottom card pairs, after he checks it to me, I'm just going to check it back for pot control. Maybe I should find a bet here, but as played, I just check it back. The river's a 6, and the big blind is going to bet $35. Here I have a good price with an overpair, and I just flick in the call, but the big blind is going to show 9-10 offsuit for the river straight. So once again, running into some bad luck here, or maybe I do find a turn bet. Let me know what you guys think, but we're going to lose this one again. All right, running kind of card dead here, but we have queen 8 suited in the cutoff with $350 in our stack. We open to 10, might be a little loose, but since it folded to me in the cutoff, I'm just going to raise it up with a suited queen here. And the small blind and big blind call. And when the flop comes 10-6-4 rainbow, not flopping anything, don't want to bet into 3 other people. It's just going to check around here. And when the turn's a king, I decide to barrel on this card since it is a good card for my range. I bet $20 after it checks around to me. And small blind and big blind call. And when the river comes a 6 and checks around to me again, I decide to go for it and put in another barrel to $100. I don't think either of them have a 6 the way it's been played because these two tend to bet pairs, especially if they are checked to. So I go for it. I bet another 100 and they both fold. So nice to win one here. And it's actually the first pot we won of the session.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got PLO for you. The worst game on the planet that has ever been created. I hate when they want to do these PLO bomb pots, but this one goes well, so stay tuned. We have ace of diamonds, jack of spades, eight of diamonds, five of spades. Double suited. We're liking how this is looking. So we're doing a PLO bomb pot of $2. Everybody puts in $2. We're going straight to a flop of 8-7-6 with two diamonds. So we not only have an open ender, but we have the nut flush draw. Checks to me, I bet the pot, which is $16. We get 4 callers because no one knows how to fold at this game. Turn is the 2 of hearts. We do not get there yet. Checks to me again, but I'm going to ramp up the pressure. We bet the pot again, $95, trying to bully these kids. And we still get a caller, 1 caller. River bricks off as a 2 of spades. And when it checks to me here, don't know what I'm doing. It's PLO, so I'm just going to check back with my 2 pair, ace-8 with deuces. And we suck out against 6-7 flop 2 pair. So PLO bomb pot is doing us well. 4 limps to me. I'm going to open up a king jack off in the small blind to $20 because these guys love seeing flops and I love winning big pots. Big blind and 1 limper call. We have a jack 9-4 flop. I c bet $30. Both call. Turn is a 2. I check since I get 2 callers. A little worrisome here. So I'm going to pot control a little bit here. These guys could have any hand, slow played 2 pairs. Who knows? Sets. Fortunately, it actually checks around. So river is another 4. And I lead for $60 here because if no one's betting on the turn, I think I'm good here with 1 pair. And the 4 just makes me beat any other worse 2 pair. So I lead for 60. Big blind folds. Last opponent raises to $200. And this is my boy Gerino, who we've talked about many times in these hands already, and he is a bluffy man. So I'm going to put on my hero cape here, and I tank call, even though he could very well have a 4 or any weird nutted hand. So we call and we win. He bluffed.
So in this hand, we're under the gun +2 with ace-10 offsuit and a limper. I open to 12, and the low jack is going to 3-bet to 35, and the cutoff calls. Now when it folds back to me, I know the low jack can be capable of putting in a light 3-bet, and since the cutoff called in between, I'm just going to go for a 4-bet bluff here with ace-10 offsuit, and I make it 160, and the low jack tanks for quite a while and lets it go, and the cutoff also lets it go. So we get the light 4-bet through, and it's nice to take down some dead money without even seeing a flop. Alright, in this hand, it is a bomb pot, so we get dealt 2 cards and go straight to a flop. In this one, we have king 7 of diamonds. The flop is a pretty good one. Ace 7-5 with 2 diamonds, with the ace of diamonds out there. So we flop the nut flush draw, and I bet $25 into the field. And only the hijack and button call, and the button being our boy, Luke. So when the turn gives us the nuts with the 9 of diamonds, I'm actually going to check for deception with the plan of the hijack blasting off once the flush comes here. I know he could be blasting off with the 1 diamond in his hand or possibly a lower flush. So when I check over to the hijack, he bets 50. Luke calls on the button. And now I think I make a mistake here with flatting. I think I should just either raise again or rip it all in, either one. But I think I do make a mistake here, and that's played I call. And the river is another weird one, is the 8 of diamonds. The straight flush gets there, but I highly doubt either of them have that. But I think it could be an action killer. And once again, I do check. And this time the hijack does not bet, he just checks. But Luke puts in a bet of 150. And with this bet, I only have 300 behind. So I shove it in there and we get 2 folds. Luke later tells me he folded the queen high flush, which is a great fold by him. I do think it was a mistake to just flat. I do think I should have shoved there to get the most value. So those are my hands. It was a pretty tough session for me. Was down for most of the night and was able to win some medium pots near the end to crawl back up to even.
Bro, did you white, bro? Because I smell shit. All right, bro, shut the fuck up for a second. In this hand, we're stacked up all the way to 1900 and we pick up pocket aces. Yes, sir. Straddle on, so 4 limpers to me, and I'm going to raise the cutoff to $30. Pretty big, but I got aces, and I know these guys are going to call any small sizing, and I do not want to take aces 10 ways to a flop. So we bet $30 and we get 1 caller. We get a flop of king, queen, 9, 2 spades. Pretty scary board for aces, honestly. Checks to me. Got a c bet here, c bet 25, and he calls. Turn is a 7 of spades, so If things couldn't get worse, the spade draws here now, and he checks to me again. And I still feel like I need a bet here. Just get value from any king, maybe any queen, one spade holding, because I don't hold a spade in my hand. We're going to bet here for a small sizing and choose a sizing of $50. He raises to $150, and this is the good old guy, Jarino, the bluff master. So a funny thing that's been going on all night is that... Show the camera. What is this shit, bro? I'm trying to record a hand here. This guy has fucking issues. This guy has issues, bro. I'm trying to record a hand here. All right, anyways. He raised to 150, and there's so many things out there. 2 pairs, sets, flushes, flop straights. I just don't feel good with my aces here, and I give him the respect this time. And we get shown the horrible news of the nut low. Dos tres for 3 high, no spade. Good job, Jarino. Respect, bro. So after losing that hand to Jarino, fuck that guy. We have only 1,700. Only 1,700 in our stack in this 1-2 game. And the cutoff opens at 12 here. Button, small blind call, and we have beautiful aces again. Not letting me down this time. We 3-bet it to $65. Everyone thinks I squeeze light all the time.
That's what you do.
Shut up, bro. Shut up. Anyways. Cutoff jams for $230. Poor guy, Oren. I snap call, and as I snap call, I say run it twice because this guy's down houses, and I want him to win half the pot because I feel bad. He has queens, so a little bit of a variance shown if you saw me run into aces with queens the other night or the other episode. So we run it twice, and fortunately / unfortunately, we win this one. Rest in peace, Oren. All right, guys, so at my house games, we do the 2-7 offsuit game, or honestly 2-7 suited, whatever you want, you know. So if you win this, you get paid $4 from everyone at the table, regardless if it was the bluff or the absolute nutter butters. I'm in the straddle for this. I look at beautiful deuce 7 offsuit. I'm hyped. We get 3 limps to me. This is my time to shine. Everyone already hates me because my stack is well over $2,000 right now.
What's my stack at?
Tyler's having a rough time. It's a rough night for Tyler. Another day in the office, but the homie comes back, so it's okay. All right. Once again, shut the fuck up during my my hand readings. All right. I need you to shut up. I'm in the straddle. 3 limps to me. My moment. My time to shine. Make everyone hate me more. I open at $30, and what do you know? We get 1, 2, and 3 folds. Everyone folds. I show deuce 7. Nick wants to stab me, and that's just how this night went. So we're going to book this win, and it's a big one. All right, anyways, there you have it. Very interesting session as promised.
Not really.
Both of us booked huge wins. Numbers will be up here. Huge win right there.
No, all seriousness, no. It was good to come out the hole after all that shit anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a win in itself in a 1-2 game. So, I'd like to add, fuck Tyler for flush over flushing me. Amazing snap fold by me. No. Amazing snap fold.
It was honestly the easiest fold.
At least we both are in the black this time.
Yes,
and there
that
are
is
not
better.
red
That's better than
numbers
last
above
time.
us, so.
That is true. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button. See you guys next week.